Hey geeks, so today we're going to do a video that's going to be a little different from the norm. And I kind of have talked about these types of things in the past, but today I just want to talk about the American dream. So if you're not familiar with what the American dream is, it's basically having the opportunity and most importantly, freedom to have a better life for yourself and your family. And that's the main reason why we ended up here in this country because I'm from a very small country. It's called Laos. It's in Southeast Asia. It's in between Thailand, Cambodia, and then Vietnam borders it on the southern part of Southeast Asia. And that country was a communist country, and for the most part, it still is. It's like a socialist type of country. And so basically, the government has all the power and control. So after the Vietnam War, there were a lot of bad things happening. And my parents, we basically had to escape. Otherwise, we might not be alive because in those type of countries where the government is a communist state, they have complete and utter control. There's many times where you see people end up in re-education camps and basically they might mysteriously disappear and never come back, or you would just disappear completely. And that is something that is absolutely horrifying for anybody, especially if you have a family and children. And so my parents made the really hard decision to take us from that country and escape to a different country. And that's how we ended up here in America. And it was definitely not an easy thing. And coming to America, they wanted to do what every immigrant and refugee, comes here to this country for, and that is basically having a better life, following the American dream. And for many, many years, and even to this day, my parents still work really hard. They did everything they could to provide the best they could for myself, my sister, and then later my brothers, just providing us the life that they didn't have. And so that is something I think every parent naturally wants to do, just give better for their children, do the best that they can for their children. And being immigrants here to this country, obviously, they didn't speak the language, they didn't know the customs. There were a lot of challenges, many challenges. We were poor pretty much our whole life. It was very, very hard. And despite all of that, my parents were able to get us a really great education. We always had a roof above our head, we had food to eat, all those things that I think a lot of us who were born here or in a country that had all these things, you really don't think about those things. You kind of take advantage of it when you don't have it or when you come from a country that doesn't have those things. It's a really, really stark difference. And that's why, when I'm making these videos, a lot of times I say I'm grateful. And I'm not just grateful for the fact that all of you are here, but I'm grateful for living the dream that we have here. If I think back to where we came from and the many, many different struggles that we had, and also the danger that was involved to get all of us over here, it is absolutely mind blowing. And so if you are in a position where you feel like, your life sucks or it's not where you want it to be, then just kind of think about those situations, with people like myself, families like myself, who came from governments like that, who came from countries where you don't have practically any chance of having a better life, unless it was given to you by someone, someone in power. That's basically the only way. And, you never know when your next day is going to be in some cases. It's really difficult to literally survive in those type of environments. And even though now in our modern days it seems like all of us are having less and less freedom, I still feel like this whole idea of the American dream is something that can still be achieved. And the thing is, it's not just an American dream. This is a dream that I think every person on this entire planet has. I think everybody wants the opportunity and freedom to have a better life for themselves and their families and their loved ones. And so that is just my video today. I just want to first always say that I'm grateful to all of you, but I'm also grateful to be living the dream here today. So if you actually had any thoughts on this, be sure to leave in the comments here below, and I'll see you on another episode.